Hi all, Jessie scrapbooking back with another process video. This one is for Mixed Media Mayhem, and today we're supposed to use watercolors, puffy paint, and doodling. So I have my white background I'm going to use. I have a picture of my daughter, my son, and myself at a bow shoot. My husband took the picture. It was just really pretty. And so I'm going to use this and this, and then I have a stamp set I'm using as inspiration. And so let's get going. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm using my little, this is a vacuum cleaner. I'm just using it to make very rough outlines of circles. I want them about that size, so I'm doing it really light with my pencil, and I am going to paint these circles in some orange and yellow metallic paint, watercolors. So I'm just spraying the water onto the circles, and it was already starting to lift my cardstock because it is not watercolor cardstock, it's just regular cardstock. And so yeah, it started to lift the paper and curl it, so I was just yeah, taping it down. And now here is the orange. It's not really an orange. What color was this? Bronze? Yeah, it's a bronze color. Really pretty. I love this color. And so I'm going to paint the center, circle that color, and a little bit down onto the bottom circle. Then I'm cleaning off my brush, and I'm grabbing some yellow, metallic-y yellow here, and I'm mixing the two just right where they're like touching. And then I am doing the same yellow at the bottom, but mixing them a little bit more, mixing that bronze in where they touch just a little bit, so it gives it just a slightly different shade of yellow. I let it dry for most of the day. Now it's all dry, and it did flatten out a little bit, but it's still pretty wrinkled. And now I am drawing a branch with a whole bunch of leaves on it, and I'm just sketching this, just doodling it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm just yeah, putting leaves onto this, and I think it turned out really cool looking. So there, got all my leaves on there. And here's my picture. I did trade it out. It's the same picture, just, well, same. I took this picture the same time as the other one, but my daughter, I noticed in the other picture, her hand wasn't up, like she was just brushing hair out of her face, and this one was a little bit better, so I just traded it out for that picture. And I'm going to give it a double matte. I'm using white for around the picture, and then that it's kind of a brownish purple, has like a hint of purple in it, and then that brown, and I just think it works with the watercolors really well. So I'm trying to decide if I want it here or if I want it up in the middle right there, but I ended up going back to here. I like the way it looks better. It doesn't cover up too much of my paint and my doodling, and so I like that. So here's that stamp. I brought it over so I could look at it again. You can see how I was using the open concept of the flowers and the stem, and now I'm doing the little, it has like little starburst in a couple different spots. So that's what I wanted. I thought maybe I would use the actual stamp too, because it has like a little bit of the starburst in separate spots that you can use. But then I decided no, the prompt was doodling, so I'm going to doodle these on here. And So that's what I did. Okay, so I decided this paper pad I got, it's from Hobby Lobby, and it's gorgeous. Look at that paper. Oh, I just love it. And it matches these colors that I used in the circles. So I wanted to bring some of that in, and the picture was kind of looking plain to me. So I'm going to put 4 little banners at the bottom, and then a strip of that black that you seen there a second ago at the top here. So there's 2 strips of the black banner at the bottom and a little bit of yellow and an orange, and then I put the black at the top just to give the whole layout a little bit more weight around the picture. And then I decided I wanted to back the whole thing in black cardstock. So you can see how extremely warped this paper is. It's like, yeah, poking up, and it was giving me a little bit of a hard time. But I will back it with some black cardstock in a second. And then I wanted some more of that pattern paper, so I grabbed 3 different scraps of it, and I'm going to punch out 3 circles out of each scrap. And I thought about like spreading it around the picture, kind of like this, and then thought, well, maybe if I, double them up, they'll look more like little bubbles or something. Anyways, I don't know. I didn't like either of it. So I am going to take them all off here in a second. Yeah, I just couldn't make it work how I wanted. So I take those off, and I come up with a different idea. Yeah, I'm still playing with it. So here we go. Get them all off of there. I just stack them in a little pile, sit on beside me. And here's that black cardstock that I will mat the whole layout in. So while I'm matting this layout, don't forget to go and check out everybody else that is playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. I have the list down below, so check it out, and also check out the Facebook group. So here is where I decided I needed a little bit more weight on this side of the picture, or the paper, because I have all those circles on the other side and just the picture over here, and it was just not looking balanced. So I grabbed this orange paper, and I'm just going to layer it behind the picture, and I like that. So I already have the paper glued down to my black cardstock, and now I'm going to put in a piece of ripped paper on this side, like a peekaboo spot, and I'm trying to decide which paper I want to use. I ended up going with this one here, and it just gives it that little bit of orange over there, but the white, and I thought the black was a little too dark, so I did that. And now I'm going to grab those circles, and I'm going to go down that ripped paper that I put in there with these little circles, just tucking them in, and that gives me that circle element that is already in the layout. And yeah, I just think it looks really cool. So that is going to be how the layout's going to sit for the pattern paper. And I go ahead and just glued all these down with just some wet glue. And then I grab my epoxy flare and turn 2 of them into epoxy flares that will sit on top. And it just gives me a little bit different dimension and a little different texture, and I like that. And then I'm going to come in with the puffy paint, which is the 3rd part of the recipe, and I'm just going over top of the bigger doodles I did. I actually did them a little bit bigger so I can remember that I wanted those to be puffy paint, and then I do keep a couple of the little ones and then the star. and I tap on the bottom to flatten them out. And there's my layout. I absolutely love how this turned out. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.